Okay, this is Team NetSoft Inc. And we are going to have our week 4 project update. And Team NetSoft is composed of the following members: Judith Mutisia, who is the president; Elio Waga, who is the vice president; me, Crisanto Bala, who is the network engineer. We have Nelson Muchonji, who is the chief financial officer. We have Jean Litiema, the system analyst, and Jimmy Kirika, the chief technical officer. So I think I'll be able to take you through the last week's recap, where we covered the various personas who are going to be related to the system, movers and shakers. And they were as follows. We have the investors, who play a very big role in this particular system. We also have the customers, who can also be the clients. Then we have our system administrator. Then we also have human resource manager. And we have the manager, that is the general manager. So in this week's agenda, we are going to cover the various personas into details. That is, we are going to give the more details about the personas. Then we are also going to cover the customer journey mapping. I'm going to give a chance to fellow student Nelson Muchonji to take us through the personas into details.
Okay, thank you, Chris, for that. It has been elaborate. So I'll take you through the persona details, and as Chris was going through last week's recap, we saw the different personas that we had. So for this project, for this week, we covered the following. We had personal details of the various personas, their motivation, their user experience goals, their frustrations, their bio, their personalities, technology, and brands. So I'll go through the next slide. Please, Chris, can you scroll? So we had the human relations manager, and we have his details here. His name is Brian Njoroge Kimani, aged 25, occupation is HR manager, the status is single, he is located in Texas. His motivation is speed, rewards, and preferences. The user experience goals that he wants to attain from the system is first to build relationship with long-term clients, to have a good relationship with employees. Then the frustrations, we have some employees deliberately ignore to give their views as required of them. So he finds it difficult to get changing technology. So we'll continue the bio for Brian Njoroge Kimani, and as we have stated, he is a senior HR consultant. So Brian has worked 20 years of human resource experience, and in those 20 years, 15 he has been in leadership role. So Brian is a human resource generalist with a strong edge in recruitment, employee relations, leadership and employee development, training, compensation, benefits, and workers' compensation. So he has provided human resources services to manufacturing, financial, technological, operations, and organizations, and also he has been able to work with public agencies. So some of his personalities is introvert, sensing, feeling. Then when it comes to technology, he likes e-commerce, mobile apps. He is more proficient with mobile apps. Then also sharing. Brands, we have Microsoft and Google. So I'll also go through user stories, and I'll use on the human resource. So as human resource, I want to be able to access the LinkedIn profile of an employee and view their profile so that I can be able to have an overview of who they are professionally. And then also as a user-centered design so that I can have an easy access to all I need to compensate my workers. Then to be able to have access to the staff so that I can go through the different records that are there on the different accounts based on the database that I have. Also to have access to their work accomplishments, so I can go through their bio and read what they have done for the company, and then from there I can be able to derive who the movers and shakers of the company will be. And finally, to have access to the analysis module so this analysis module, its work is to analyze data input so as to identify who the shakers and movers of this company are. So Chris, continue please. So I'll continue with the next slide, and also to be able to define a criteria in the system for identifying the movers and shakers in the company. To have reasons for choosing the criteria that defines the mover and the shaker. And finally, to have a clear definition of who the movers and shakers are. So I'll invite Jean to take us from the next slide. Please.
Hi, so I'm going to take you through customer journey mapping. So basically a customer journey map is just a diagram that illustrates or rather shows the step the customers go through in engaging with your company. Maybe whether it's a product or an online experience. So Chris, a customer journey map involves a lot. So there's a life cycle stage that involves user experience, touch points, challenges faced or frustrations, recommendations, and improvement opportunities. So in this case, we're going to look at a manager. In this case, we're looking at a manager. So the touch points of a manager are to come up with appraisal forms. So the appraisal forms, so I say basically the manager is going to come up with the appraisal forms to face-to-face conversation with the various departmental heads of the organization. So the challenges faced with this type of work is that a lot of time is needed to go through the appraisal forms. Remember, we don't have one worker of the company, we have several other workers, and each one of them is required to give their own views. So having that each individual is going to fill a form is going to take a lot of time to go through all the forms. So time collecting the data is also limited. We don't have much time to collect data from everyone. Analyzing the data is a bit hectic because the information is too much. So remember, everyone is required to give their own opinion on a certain subject or a certain topic. So people will have much to write normally, and this is going to take a bit much of a time, or it's going to be a bit hectic because the information given by the workers of that company is going to be a lot of work. So improvements and opportunities that come with these challenges is that appraisal forms should have short questions. So these short questions should also be structured such that they should be having short answers, so that the manager, when the manager is going through them, he can be able to save time and also get quicker responses. The employee information to be availed in the system database to ensure efficiency in doing the work. So we're suggesting that the information about each employee should be entered into the system, so that you can just ensure efficiency in the work. So we should know everyone's details and all that. So only the relevant information should be provided. I said whereas the information about each employee should be entered in the database, we only need the necessary information about each person. There are other irrelevant ones that we do not require. Yes, Crescent. Next.
Yeah, basically that is what we covered, and we have several other journey maps like the human resource journey map. We also have the system administrator, that is journey map, and what he has to go through, and the various touch points and challenges and possible improvements and opportunities available. we also have the investor. As an investor, because one of our personas that we were able to identify was an investor. Therefore, an investor also has to be considered in this case. And that marks the end of our presentation as Team NetSoft. Thank you.